Welcome to Unity, Baton Rouge. So happy to have our handful in the sanctuary. And for you tuning in from home, welcome. We are so happy you are here this August month for birthdays. We had so many birthdays. We had Jude last Sunday. My husband was August 1st. I'm in this coming week, August 24th. Any other birthdays, August birthdays in the house? Su Lin was on the 3rd. And so we forgot to recognize a birthday this month. Anybody know whose birthday we forgot to recognize?
Nick.
Nick? Happy birthday, Nick.
He sends virtual hugs.
Yay. Happy birthday, Nick. And Nick is not the one I was thinking of. There's someone else whose birthday we forgot to recognize. I'm going to give you some hints before I let you know who it is. This person loves Abraham Lincoln. Matter of fact, in honor of Lincoln's birthday, he gave some quotes of Lincoln. So let me share with you these quotes from Abraham Lincoln, which I found quite wonderful. I desire so to conduct the affairs of this administration that if, as, and when I come to lay down the reins of power, I have lost everyone's friendship on earth, I shall at least have one friend left, and that friend shall be down inside of me, the kingdom within. Abe Lincoln also said, I have been driven many times to my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for the day. Abe also said, it has been said of world history that might makes right. It is for us and our time to reverse that maxim and to say that right makes might. We continue to hold this truth that right makes might. And I know y'all are thinking, when's she going to get to her jokes? Those wonderful, corny jokes. Well, a couple of last Abe quotes to show his humor. He reminds me of the man who murdered both his parents, and when his sentence was about to be pronounced, he pled for mercy on the grounds he was an orphan. One last one, I promise. Amazing what you can find in this Bible. Anything you need can be found here. Last quote from Abraham Lincoln. Better to remain silent and thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. And with that, I'll be quiet and turn it over to Jude.
I like that one. There's a song about that one. It is no secret, and where could I go is the first prelude. Everybody can sing along. If you know the tune. There is no night, for in his light you'll never walk alone. Always feel at home wherever you may roam. There is no power can conquer you while God is on your side. Just take him at his promise. Don't run away and hide. It is no secret what God can do. What he's done for others, he'll do for you. With arms wide open, he'll comfort you. It is no secret what God can do. Living below in this old weary world, hardly a comfort I can afford. Striving alone to face temptation's shore, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Neighbors are kind and I love them everyone. We get along in sweet accord. But when my soul needs manna from above, where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go? Oh, where could I go? Seeking a refuge for my soul. Needing a friend to help me in the end. Where could I go but to the Lord? Where could I go but to the Lord? That's an old one from the Reader's Digest songbooks and the Baptist hymnal and the Methodist hymn.
The Reader's Digest songbook. Needing a friend to help me. Love that. I put on Facebook every morning a quote that I adopt from the Daily Calm, which puts out a daily meditation. And today it was a little help from my friends. So I am privileged to invite Reverend Charles Terry up to help me with the service, beginning with the welcome blessing.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So whether you're here with us in person or you're watching online, we like to affirm how welcome each and every one of you are. And one of the things we like to do is kind of rub our hands together, and that warmth that we feel is representative of the warmth in our hearts. And so we recite our welcome blessing together. We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. Who you are makes a difference in our lives.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. And here we mean by that the Lord of your being. We light this Christ candle to remind us of the words of Jesus. The kingdom lies within you, and you are the light of the world.
Please join me in prayer. Sweet Spirit, we devote this hour to our spiritual nourishment and to this sacred community. For both of those and for all the blessings in our lives, we say thank you. Thank you, Sweet Spirit. So
Detroit is, I'm here to remind you, how could anyone? I'm here to remind you of your magnificence. to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
And now we like to affirm our statement of being together. There is only one presence, one power, and one intelligence active as the universe and as my life, God the good, omnipotent.
All right, and I think you're going to know In the Garden and Blessed Assurance. Maybe not the other one. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his Spirit, washed in his love. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Leave it there, leave it there. Take your burden to the Lord and leave it there. If you trust and never doubt, he will surely bring you out. Take your burden to the Lord and leave it there.
And Janet Myers will share our daily word. Correction, Chris Myers will share our daily word.
I've been called worse. The daily word for today, Sunday, August 22nd, 2021, is inspiration. The affirmation associated with today's daily word is, I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Sometimes I feel inspired by the words of others, and sometimes I am inspired more by action. Today I take my inspiration from the story of Charles Fillmore. a businessman who marveled at his wife's complete healing from a serious illness. This prompted him to embark upon an intense period of prayer, meditation, and study that led to the founding in 1889 of Unity, which has become a global spiritual community. I take this story to heart and find my inspiration in my feelings of awe and wonder, love, or even healthy curiosity. Feeling an awakening of inspiration within me, I center my awareness in God. Divinely inspired, I move in harmony with the creative flow that blesses the work of my mind, my heart, and my hands. And today's scripture is from Job 32:8. But truly it is the spirit and immortal breath of the Almighty that makes for understanding.
You might have the words for Spirit Song out there. Spirit Song. Oh, let the Son of God enfold you with His Spirit and His love. Let Him fill your heart and satisfy your soul. Oh, let Him have those things that hold you, and His Spirit like a dove will descend upon your life and make you whole. Jesus, oh Jesus, come and fill your lives. Jesus, oh Jesus, come and fill your lives. Oh, come and sing this song with gladness as your hearts are filled with joy. Lift your hands in sweet surrender to His name. Oh, give Him all your tears and sadness. Give Him all your years of pain, and you'll enter into life in Jesus' name. Spirit, oh Spirit, come and fill your lives. Spirit, oh Spirit, come and fill your life.
Sometimes I am inspired by the words of others, and sometimes I am inspired more by action. Thank you for reading those words, Chris. Inspiration. Does it come out of the blue? Well, we are one with the divine, so certainly it can come out of seemingly nowhere. Eric Butterworth, who did a talk on inspiration, says that we can cultivate inspiration, seed a fertile ground so that inspiration comes to us often and from everywhere. He quotes a Persian poem called White Hyacinth that goes like this. If you have only 2 loaves of bread left, sell one, and with the dole, buy some white hyacinths for your soul. Why is that Persian? Perhaps because it's hard to find white hyacinths in these parts. I know because I tried. And I came out with these beautiful flowers that are not hyacinths, but they're white. It doesn't make logical sense if you have but 2 loaves of bread left to sell one. But to your soul, it makes perfect sense. Meaning to nurture our souls. Jesus put it this way, as Reverend Chris Andrews quoted a couple of weeks ago, Matthew 6:28. Why be worried? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin, and yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Our co-founder, Charles Gilmore, put it this way: I refuse to be anxious about tomorrow or even the next minute. I know that God does provide for the fulfillment of divine idea, and I am that divine idea. Leonardo da Vinci said, if you are hard at work, take a walk, a break from your work, and you will find when you come back, your work is better for having taken that walk. Birthdays are like white hyacinths. If you think about it, they make no logical sense. When I was thinking about it, I wondered, where did birthdays begin? In a way, I thought they've always gone on, but I researched it, and what I came up with is they didn't always go on. Matter of fact, before the calendar, people had no way to measure from one year to the next. They started to notice the cycle of the moon, these early humans did, which led them to creating a calendar. The first recorded birthday is in 3000 BCE, and it was a celebration of the birthday of a pharaoh. It's in the Bible, only it's not his biological birth that is celebrated, but his birth as a god. So you see, it was only the highfalutin that had birthday celebrations back in the day. I think it's wonderful that we now celebrate the day everyone was born. But who was born today? August 22nd. Anybody take a guess? Excellent, Laura. Very excellent. And I'm not going to repeat it because I want to see if our at-home audience knows. So, beautiful that we celebrate and we sing that happy word on people's birthday because we celebrate your beginning. And where did that song come from? Turns out that the Hill Sisters in Kentucky, a couple of school teachers, came up with the melody, but the words they sang was, good morning to all, good morning to all. We know that because there's some history around that. They copyrighted that melody. And when Irving Berlin in 1933 put that into his songbook, there was a lawsuit by the Hill Sisters, and they won. So 1893 was when the melody was coined for that wonderful celebration. And what about those candles? Where did they come from? Turns out those first originated in Germany, and they are considered a tribute to the lunar goddess, Artemis, lighting her way to bring good luck into the lives of whoever was born that day. We know here that that light represents the reminder that you are the light of the world. And isn't it wonderful that the older we get, the more candles and more light unto the world we bring? So yeah, we celebrated August birthdays, but we forgot the birthday of that one who Laura knew. Do you know what year, Laura? We'll get back to that. It was 1854, August 22nd of 1854. The man was born who had a sense of humor, I think, like Abraham Lincoln. I'm going to let him share his sense of humor with you in his own words.
Just the other day, I read in the Kansas City paper of a man found down on the riverfront, I think it was, and in his pocket, they discovered a little note, and he said, "I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this continuous round of materiality. I'm tired of shaving that same old face every day." Well, I can appreciate that man's condition. And more than one of you in the audience, as you look in the mirror and see that same old mug, you think, well, I wish I could have something too. Well, you can. That's the glory of Christianity, that you can have whatever you want. Yeah. What does Jesus say about that? Ask whatsoever ye will in my name, and it shall be done unto you. Yes. If you want a new face, well, ask for it. Shakespeare said.
So a little humor and a little truth. Christianity says that you can have whatever you want. Just ask for it. You gotta love a man who followed his wife's example into spirit. That was Charles Fillmore, who surrendered everything in order to expand the beliefs and the healing that he had witnessed in his wife's life. And as her cup overflowed, what she shared with neighbors in an ever expanding circle of love and healing that now encircles the globe because of Charles and Myrtle's efforts. So another thing that Charles said, it is the law of spirit that we must be that which we would draw unto us. If we would draw to us love, we must be love, be loving and kind. If we would have peace and harmony in our environment, we must establish it within ourselves. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. That quote is from the Atom Smashing Power of Mind by Charles Fillmore. I want to share with you one more piece of Charles' voice and his writing. In about 1921, Charles' arm was twisted to come out with some dogma or some statement of what unity believes, because there was all kinds of different avenues you could go down in the New Thought movement. So Charles came up with some 32 statements of faith. And I want to share the first 3 with you, again in Charles's own voice.
Every statement of faith has been formulated in answer to the question, what does unity teach? We believe in God, the one and only omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent spirit mind. We believe in Christ,
Ah, Charles brought God as mind into the picture. Myrtle brought the love, and of course, she brought the intellect. Charles brought the mind, spirit mind, that we connect with in order to come up with these divine ideas. I've heard it said in different unity churches, you don't have to check your brain at the door in a unity church. Charles has always said, question me. And he made Thomas, doubting Thomas, the apostle representing our faculty of understanding. Jesus also respected Thomas. When Thomas says, I won't believe what others tell me, I want the experience for myself, Jesus said, well, come, put your finger in my wound. And Thomas did. He was willing. The power we represent or we talk about, represented in the month of August, willingness. Thomas was willing to believe. Charles was willing to go to what he called headquarters in order to receive proof of what he had witnessed in Myrtle's life transformation. And so he gave up. He had been a silver miner, a real estate broker, a railroad man, but he gave that all up to publish, to preach, to share the message, to write many, many books, sharing the message of what unity's beliefs are. So we celebrate you today on your birthday, Charles Fillmore. Getting back to our statement of faith, the second of the statement of faith.
Son of God, in whose image the ideal creation, with perfect man on the throne of dominion. We believe in Christ Jesus, the Son of God.
Okay, the second statement of faith, we believe in Christ, the Son of God, in whom is image, the ideal creation with perfect man on the throne of dominion. Notice in that second statement, there's yet no mention of Jesus. So we have the Father, or mind, and we have the Son, or idea, an idea in divine mind. You are an idea in divine mind. Not just Jesus, we are all sons and daughters of the Most High, all ideas in divine mind. If you want to see how you bring that into the world, look at how God creates, because that G-O-D, that gift of divinity is in you as you, expressing through you. So we have mind, the Father, idea, the Son, and of course, the third in the Trinity is expression. And just a few more words of Charles.
Jesus of Nazareth, who overcame death, and who is now with us in his perfect body as the reassurer in regeneration for all men. We believe in the Holy.
So we see the Trinity complete. Jesus as the expression of the idea, the most fully developed in his knowledge of the God within him and the God within everyone as he taught, our way shower, to example for us with his life, with his death, with his eternal continuing, as Charles puts it, the way shower in regeneration for us all for all time. So we have mind, idea, expression, the Trinity, and the statement of faith of unity. Charles wrote this: which had particular meaning to me this week. The value of all service lies in the spirit in which you serve, and not in the importance or magnitude of the service. Even the lowliest task or deed is made holy, joyous, and prosperous when filled with love. I have a confession to make. I did some service in the early part of this week. I signed up for it. I was committed, but I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the love, the prosperity, the holiness. I think because I was wondering, do I have the time? White hyacinth, take time to be with white hyacinth. It makes no logical sense. There was not a wage to be earned here, a camera to be on me here, but I signed up to go to Park Forest Elementary School. Now, out of my comfort zone, right? But when I go out of my comfort zone, I like to just get to the outskirts, not too far away. And I knew Park Forest Boulevard was just a stone's throw from the church, where Richard Gordon lives on that street and Laura Allen is a librarian at Park Forest Elementary. I thought, actually, what I found out after I signed up and got back the recognition of my commitment was that Park Forest Elementary School is not on Park Forest Boulevard. That's Park View Elementary School. Laura let me know that. Park Forest is in North Baton Rouge. And I just didn't know I was feeling alone on the outskirts of town until a white hyacinth showed up. And I think you might agree, if there was ever a white hyacinth in human form, this gets pretty close to it. Our own Sean Satterfield, who it's been my privilege to see grow from a child to a woman. When I arrived here in 2015, Sean was 15 years old. Now she's 20, going on 21. This picture was taken in 2017 when Sean and her sister Kelsey and Taz went with Charmaine Golson and I to a rally in Fruitland Park, Florida. Not close in any way to here. Sean rallied from an earache. She had a severe earache the first night we were there, and we were only there one day. Got there on Friday night, left on Sunday morning. But she rallied to give this smile, put on this dress, and allow me to take her picture. And last Monday and Tuesday, we made it to Park Forest Elementary, where we first were dropped in a classroom with about 30 bright, beautiful, bold Black children. And I'm so glad we got to spend time there to know why we were there for the rest of the day. They were introducing themselves to a teacher that had her first day in that classroom. She didn't know what to do with us. But we quickly were retrieved and spent the day cataloging, organizing computers and distributing computers for each child, laptop computers. We had to have their names on it, and each one in that Park Forest Creative Arts Magnet School, a beautiful place that gave me a white hyacinth couple of days, uplifting my spirits for the beauty, the glory of what goes on at that school. Sometimes we are inspired by action, even if it is our own. I was looking through my pictures and I found this one taken probably right after the last one of Sean. And I asked Sean, do you remember this picture? She said, no, but I want you to think about this. What is written on the picture that Sean is holding up is these words: fashion, caring, hardworking, serious, funny, love, peace. Now, if I had to guess, those are words that Sean came up with to describe herself as rays coming out of a flower. A white hyacinth? Well, that is the white hyacinth moment for me. Let us be led to cultivate inspiration. I would like to invite you to allow me to use Charles Fillmore's words to lead us into meditation, into the silence, to headquarters, as he called it. Find that comfortable place in your chair. Relax. Think of white hyacinth and birthday candy. You are the light of the world. Breathing in deeply, all the way to your heart. In fire. Spirit. Breath. And as you continue relaxing and breathing, the next breath you take in, feel it go all the way to your heart, where God is God in you, and express that goodness we call God into this place, from the inner sanctuary to the outer sanctuary. Relax. And as you continue to dwell in the place of the Most High, following the law of spirit, we become that which we want to draw to us. Love. We are loving and kind. Peace. We think and feel at peace now. We establish within ourselves. In full faith, we deny the appearance of any condition that seems to be inharmonious. As any thought of inharmony comes up, release it into the divine. Keep your mind on God and see the divine dissolve any worry, any doubt, any concern. In the silence, we faithfully affirm omnipresent peace, love, and harmony. And see peace and love manifest in all. This we hold in consciousness, continually releasing into the greater good the thought of anything that we do not want to see appear. This we do in the silence. And though we would tarry here, the world beckons us back from the inner sanctuary to the outer sanctuary. We bring peace. We bring love. We bring harmony. From this outer sanctuary, we take it out into the world, and we make a difference. For the knowledge of Christ in us, our hope of glory, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother, Father, God. Amen and amen. And as we continue to come back, Jude will perform the Alleluia. Go ahead. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Thank you, Jude. So now we take a moment to put our consciousness into the divine flow, practicing the law of circulation, knowing to give is to receive. And we open ourselves to the blessings raining down on us through the windows of heaven. So to donate from home, please use the donate button on our website, unitybatonrouge.com, and in our weekly email. And here in the sanctuary, we have our offering baskets in the up here front. So let's go ahead and take our offerings. If we have physical offerings, and you're going to give with your computer or your phone, you can just hold that in your hand, and we will affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. Thank you, God.
If you believe within your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you say it's yours. Believe there's a reason. Believe you can make time stand still. You know from the moment you try. If you believe, I know you will. Believe in yourself right from the start. You'll be inspired. You'll share your heart. You'll have love to last your whole life through. If you believe in yourself, as I believe in you, believe that you're never alone. Believe inspiration is near. And there, deep in your heart, if you believe, then you'll be free. Believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic right there in your heart. Believe all these things, not because I told you to, but believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, just believe in yourself as God believes in you.
Thank you, Jude. All right, so let's join together and bless our tithes as we see them going out to support our mission. As we affirm, Unity of Baton Rouge is a diverse, growing, thriving, healing community of wisdom, love,
support, and service.
So we are.
Thank you. While Reverend Charles is going to invite our children in, I think we may have children today. We shall see momentarily. Laura hears laughter. That means we have children, right? We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God. Oh my good is everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Oh my good is everywhere as the light of God.
Sean is walking very slow, very slow.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
We are on lesson 258 in A Course in Miracles.
Let me remember that my goal is God.
All right.
Also, we chose from the 12 powers of unity the power of understanding to go with our lesson today.
The ability to know, perceive, comprehend, and act.
Thank you.
Great minds think alike. I went to understanding too. And we know that tomorrow, Sean Satterfield starts her 3rd year of college, right? And Sean, I want to give these to you. You as our white hyacinth. We'd love for you to have those. And let us warm our hands, warm our hearts, and send a special blessing to Sean. Sean, we love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. Who you are makes a difference in our lives. So go get them. Okay, and more announcements, a couple more. The board meeting is today at 2 p.m. on Zoom. It's the 4th Sunday of every month, and everyone is invited. If you would like to have a matter addressed by the board, email unitybatonrouge@gmail.com by the 3rd Sunday of the month, and the board will address it at their next meeting. Myself and Reverend Heil will be co-facilitating a discussion of new thought teachings from Unity and Centers for Spiritual Living perspectives, using the New Testament quotes found in the latter pages of Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind. The discussion will follow service beginning September 12th. If you would like a copy of those passages, we will be discussing, please let me know. And we are going to celebrate Charles Fillmore's birthday in the fellowship hall today. We have leftovers, individually wrapped and unopened pieces of cake from our celebration last Sunday, and we have chips, plenty of chips. So if you would, we are bringing back potluck one bite at a time with masks and social distance. We're inviting a couple of people to sign up each week to bring a light snack and consider being part of a crew to oversee a full return to potluck as we move out of the Delta variant concern. Sue Lynn's example of bringing those cakes last week continues on. So please do come and sign up. Consider signing up to be part of the potluck crew. Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Metaphysical Bible discussion continues. Call the office if you'd like more information. It is on Zoom. Every Wednesday on Zoom is Cody Connero's 6:30 Course in Miracles. 4 p.m. every Saturday is our Reimagine Louisiana group, which discusses ending institutional racism through spirited action and education. And that was wonderfully exemplified for me this week with Sean's beautiful white hyacinth bringing into Park Forest Elementary. Aquarian meditation is on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of the month at 1 p.m. Please remember that. Elizabeth's phone number is in the bulletin. Call the church office if you're at home and need that number. Looking for ways to serve the greater Baton Rouge community? Join more Meals, Outreach, and Resources Baton Rouge to serve nutritious and delicious meals. That's not what we have in the fellowship hall today. There's no nutritious, but there is delicious. I guess all food is nutritious to some extent, right? But there's lots of sugar in what we have to offer today. So if you're looking for a way to help more, they're on Facebook, also facebook.com /ShayFab, CHEZFAB. Again, call the office if you want information on that. And remember to visit our new spiritual bookstore on the left as you go toward the fellowship hall. And last but not least, please like us on your Facebook page. Takes maybe a couple of minutes. And subscribe to us on YouTube so we can stream live from YouTube. Wouldn't that be wonderful? If you haven't done it yet, please go to YouTube and like us on Facebook. Elizabeth, did you have an announcement? Yes, as they start their school year tomorrow, our prayers go with them, knowing that they are going to make a difference in the world and in their schools. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. Hayden, thank you, as well as Sean, for being the light that you both are. Okay, let us rise and sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. We're a family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be our joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And Reverend Larry Marie Heil will be in the house next Sunday, same time as service, 11 a.m. So please come and give her a warm welcome Once again, let us say our prayer for protection together. The light
Light of God surrounds us.
The love
Love of God enfolds us.
The
Power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us.
Wherever
we are, God is,
and all is well. And so it is. Amen. Have an inspired week as you inspire others.